History is broken. All recorded knowledge more than 300 years old has been corrupted. The Starfinder Society is recruiting outsiders to unravel the mysteries of what happened. Unlikely heroes must learn to work together to stay alive, where technology and magic exist together among the stars. Dead Sundays, most Sundays at 7 p.m. Only on twitch.tv/Logar the Ogar. The past haunts us all.
All right.
There was a. Oh.
All right. We're live. We're playing Starfinder. We're here. We're out here. We are in here, out here. This is outside, inside. Hi guys. Welcome to Dead Sundays.
Hey, folks.
Hi.
I never know how to start a show.
That one was good. You should try and repeat that more often.
It was great. It's just welcome to Dead Sundays. This is a show we play Starfinder. It's this game about dice, and that's it.
The dice are inside the computer.
The dice.
And the computer's in space.
I love that we had games, and then we made tabletop games, and then we took tabletop games and we used those as the basis for computer games, and then we took those computer games and we made computer games about dice games, and it's exploded.
Yep.
Download Dicey Dungeon today.
I like Dicey Dungeon.
I haven't played Dicey Dungeon, but it's on my long list. I wasn't gonna say short list because I'm not gonna get to it. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. God damn it, guys!
What'd you forget to do?
I forgot to turn on the beep boops.
Oh,
Beep
forgot
boops?
to beatbox.
And I forgot the little noise maker. I forgot the little fucking. I forgot my Sirenscape. I forgot my ambient music. Except I have this playing right now. Guys, I'm out of it. Are you guys out of it? I'm out of it. I can't think straight.
Energy is a little low today.
It's because of the snow.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of it.
We're gonna go Absalom Station, and we're gonna go. Here we go. All right. All right. This is how we're gonna start this. We're gonna go back and we're gonna do a major recap because I think that's needed. Because there are a lot of pieces of information that were very important at one point and are no longer important, and a whole bunch of new information has come out, and now that's important, and it's a lot to keep track of.
Are you about to do the adventure game thing where you throw out half our inventory for us?
No, I'm not going to do that. You're responsible for keeping your thing straight.
I have 50 million space credits. I've got a gun that shoots other guns that is made out of dragons.
That's correct me. I have that in my notes as well.
Honestly, there's been so much shit that has been released after I learned how to play Starfinder that that might happen. There might be a dragon gun, a dragon laser gun. I don't fucking know. All right. In episode 1. You guys got into shout out Capricious Nature. That is the GM for the Fallout game that I play on Fridays, which has been super fucking fun. Very cool system, very cool setting, very cool GM. So thanks for stopping by. Episode 1. You were in a spaceship, and you got out of the spaceship, and you saw a dwarf get murdered. And then that started a long series of events that led to you checking in at the Starfinder Society. You were asked to investigate his death. You were all, for your different reasons, trying to get accepted by the Starfinder Society to do Starfinder stuff. Starfinders travel the galaxy and try to learn new things about it and learn its history. And there's a large portion of history that is lost to everybody that is alive in the galaxy right now. It's just a portion of time called the Gap. Nobody remembers what happened, and all of the records about when it started or ended are sort of fluid. There's not a hard start or end date. So after you went to the Starfinder Society, you were asked to investigate the murder. You found out that it was a real accident. It was just somebody caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. You investigated it more. You found out that it was actually a hit from one gang to attack the other gang. The gangs were in a turf war because of an legal dispute between the Hard Travel Collective, which was a group of miners, and Astral Extractions, which was a corporation that did deep space mining. What had happened was the ship, the Acreon, had gone into deep space and gone through drift travel, in which they pulled out a rock. The rock was towed back to Absalom Station with them, but none of the crew members were on it, and nobody could figure out what happened. There was a bitter dispute over the claim to who owned the drift rock.
Yeah.
You guys went to investigate, eventually. And as you can see on the drift rock right there, right there, as you can see, there is a when you guys got inside, you found this weird space station like series of rooms that seem to have all these different terminals and strange technology that you guys have never seen, and it was all coded in this language that you had never read before, and you couldn't figure out what any of it had done. While you were there, you found a cool spaceship. Your robot friend decided it was going to integrate with the spaceship, and now you think that robot might be fully sentient or something. You're not really sure. He doesn't really know either. You eventually made your way back to Absalom Station with all the information that you collected on the Drift Rock. You brought it to the Starfinder Society. You were heralded for your bravery and your decision-making while in space. Shepard did not fuck the ship. He just made her a good friend. Eventually,
ship with benefits.
You showed ship with there you go, ship with benefits. You showed the information that you had pulled from the alien terminals. Hey, buddy. To Chiskisk, otherwise known as Kisses, who is your guys' best friend, and a high-ranking member of the Starfinder Society. Chiskisk told you that the language that was downloaded to your datapad had only ever appeared in one other record, and it was the record of someone named Halkuim Zan that had gone on a illegal expedition to Castrovel to investigate some of the old Elvish ruins. If you'll excuse me, Mike. Come on, go. Get out of here. Oh, great timing, Nightbot. The writing that was found on the Drift Rock was an alien language that had only ever appeared this one other time in the writings of this worse than Indiana Jones like archaeologist and adventurer, someone who didn't follow any of the rules that were didn't follow any of the local excavation or exploration rules, and was eventually captured, thrown out, and all of his notes were taken. But he did manage to write one particularly scathing book about the wilds of the planet Castrovel. Castrovel is a planet that is highly advanced technologically, but only in very small parts. They have their universities and their high-end research facilities, and then the rest of it is a jungle and a wild and just untamed. Eventually, you guys got to Castrovel. You got to the university that Kisses had sent you to. Kisses had said that someone who's there will be able to help you with figuring out where this language came from and where you can find more about it. They're also going to have Halkuim Zan's notes that were confiscated the first time it was discovered like 300 years ago. That was your main goal on Castrovel, was to find somebody who could help you fully decipher this text and lead you to more of it. Before you left, you learned from Chiskus that the terminals that you interacted with all had commands that sort of led you to believe that the part of the whatever that you were in was a smaller part of a bigger system. All the commands on the terminals were things like auxiliary power and all different routine maintenance subsystems. You guys got to Castrovel. Got to Castrovel. You did not get space syphilis. Once there, you had to solve two problems. You had to solve a mob that was accosting a person just trying to work their job at the front desk of the university. In a brilliant display of diplomacy, Zib Beverage disguised themselves as a high-ranking member of the university, said that thing that you have to say whenever there's a controversy. You then went upstairs and talked to two different scientists, asking them to help you figure out where to go with this information that you have. Neither of them would speak to you because they were in some sort of fight about something that the one had said the other night. And it was causing a huge PR nightmare for the university. So you figured out eventually how to get Brain Shapiro to apologize and requested the help of both these two people on screen right now, Alabeans 21-2 and Professor Muhali. So, the last thing that happened was that you received a 700 credit gift from Alabeans 21-2 that was a thank you for getting him to apologize, which Pax had convinced him to do by bullying him into it, which eventually made Alabeans see that maybe he needed to be saved from himself. But he has agreed to look over the data that you have brought, and Muhali has now agreed to help you get in contact with whoever you need to get in contact with to figure out what you need to do next.
Great.
Right.
Adventure's going great.
So, your adventure's going great. Now let me figure out what the fuck the next thing you guys have to do is.
We gotta save the fraternity, the one space fraternity, from getting kicked off of space campus.
Space Animal House?
They gotta win the big space Olympiad at the space
we're the Space Greek Council?
Yeah.
So now that you guys have figured out how to get Alabeans to apologize, you now have time to ask both him and Professor Muhali about the data that you brought with you. Alabeans had left the room. Alabeans had left the room and gone to work on his apology. He had taken copies of your data with him, as well as you had also given that to Dr. Muhali herself. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward past the initial end of the confrontation and go. Is there anything you guys would like to do while you're on Castrovel for the next couple hours? It's going to take both of them a little bit of time to go through the things that you have given them to get back to you with anything.
That is a good question. What actions do we have open to us in these like downtime phases? Like, how do you want to play that?
I don't know. I was asking you.
How many more people can I impersonate in the
Yeah.
time we have?
Yeah. I guess Zib could work on their social media presence. Horatio,
So above the table? Can I speak above the table?
Yes, but you have to stand up.
Okay. So what I do know of Lashunta as a culture is that they're very disciplined with respect to like mastering their powers and self-improvement, which is like, oh, that's why they're good at being technomancers, or they're good at, like they're basically the game's elves, right?
Right.
So is there something that Raj can do? I'm wondering, like, what. I guess I just want to learn more.
Yeah.
Like, what things can I learn from the school that we're at? I think that would be of interest to Raj while he has the opportunity to be at a university.
So
yeah.
I think, unfortunately, the university that you're at is a xenoarchaeology and xenobiology museum. So I can't immediately think of anything that would be super useful to Raj in that immediate vicinity.
Yeah, I don't think I would, because Raj is more. Yeah, Raj is straight up like somewhat of like an engineer.
Yeah, yeah. Everything here is very academic, very the study of ancient cultures, alien cultures, and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't think there would be anything that Raj could do while he was here to give himself an edge over anything else.
Raj goes in learning that. Raj like just mentions to Pax that Pax might want to check out the battle yards.
Actually, hilarious.
If I remember,
Xeno Seeker.
Yeah, like the Lashunta Castrovel's like super like they're all about like the martial, like the how do I want to say this is like there's a place called the Battle Yards. Yeah, there it is, right there. But that's like where all these Lashunta people train. I was like, oh, you should go check that out, because there's nothing. Everything here bores me, but there's a lot of people practicing with guns and staves.
Are the battle yards at the university? I don't know if they are.
I don't know where what's the city we're in?
Castrovel. No, Castrovel is the planet.
Yeah, it's in Kabaret.
Yes. The legendary battle yards.
I mean, it seems like in his spare time, self-defense teacher and Xenoseeker Pax Duro would have a lot to do over in the battle yards.
Yeah, I know. Man, I sure hope I can think of something cool by the time you guys get there.
They he could always just trade information with them.
Yeah, I think we could do that. Why don't you? Yeah,
he's gonna go eat a salad at the university commissary.
Yeah. Get a human cola and go over to the battle yards.
Oh,
I'm getting flashbacks to when I visited colleges that I had no interest in attending, but they were like my 7th or 8th backup choices, and I would just like sit in the cafeteria and be miserable. What the fuck am I doing here at Carnegie Mellon?
Yeah. There's nothing on. I can't find anything on the internet about them. But we can go. Fuck it. Let's go to the battle yards. We're just we'll figure it out when we get there. So the 4 of you have like 3 or 4 hours to kill before Alabeans finishes his apology and Muhali finishes her research into who best to send you guys to. So you decide you're going to hail a driverless taxi, and the roads that you guys go through, it's it feels backwoods. Like as soon as you get out of any kind of civilized center, you go past like one fence, and then suddenly you're in a forest that has trees that go not miles, but hundreds of feet above you. And it takes a little bit to get wherever you're going. Every road seems to be through some kind of overgrown forest area. And then you just break out into a very dense civilized area. Suddenly you're there, and there's streets and cars and buildings and parks and all the normal stuff, but just to the left of that is the untamed wilderness of Castrovel. You pass a couple of other large buildings that seem to be either offices or maybe even academy dorm rooms. You see all kinds of different people walking around. Like even though the Lashunta and the elves are the dominant and homes, this is their home planet. This place is still a university, so it attracts all types of different people. I mean, one of the first people that you met was a brain with sticks for a body. Eventually, you pull around another corner and you see a gigantic flat area that just seems to go for miles and miles. And on it, you can see, just like if you've ever seen that video of the drone over top of the monks practicing in the giant practice yard, that's exactly what you see. You see an infinite number of football fields of people just practicing martial arts. All different kinds, from some like aggressive self-defense to close quarters combat to assassination to everything you could possibly think of. You guys get dropped off at the front of what looks like you get dropped off at the front of the Battle Yards, and the front of the Battle Yards looks like Six Flags Great Adventure. It looks like it has one weird dancing guy out front. There is a human cola 2-for-1 ticket sale going on all the time. But what you see a ticket booth, and then you see above it, you see the Battle Yards in a large like amusement park sign. The entrance is modeled after what we would think is a human amusement park. So you can tell that you have arrived at the like visitors entrance, and there's a very short line of people in front of you filing into the Battle Yards.
You know, Horatio, we could go in here and probably teach them quite a bit about some of the things that we've fought that many people have not seen before, including that banshee thing you killed.
Raj is speechless and just follows Pax.
This guy just loves combat.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
Like Raj is about to say something and then just keeps walking behind Pax. Like,
you guys approach the front desk, and you see that there is a 10 credit cover for tickets. Cover's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. It's a 10 credit cover.
suggested donation for the Battle Yards. That's fine. I get it.
Yeah, that's it.
Sliding
Yeah,
scale, 10 to 20 credits.
Yeah.
I get to fight elves. I'm all in.
Right, so you say that, your Pax is thinking that, but then you see a little sign that says absolutely no visitor participation.
Place is a joke. They just don't want me to come in and show them how to do things.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true.
Yeah, and she's like, well, and the ticket lady is like, it's like, well, yeah, like we don't want someone like you to come in and just, you know, this is like a training facility, and like, you know, we don't, you're big and we're not.
Sorry.
But if you want, you can like, there's a form you can fill out to like meet with them. Like this is a school.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a street fight. Maybe it could be more of a cultural exchange.
Raj starts to agree and like says about like how at the university Raj attempted to engage with the other students about his technomancy findings to no avail. So maybe the battle yards, because they're more practical in their utility, would be a better place. So
Raj is an expert in his field, and I'm an expert in mine. I could teach a lot. Zib Beverage is also a expert in theirs.
Yeah,
By the way,
I pay the 10
kinda
credits.
Yeah, Brian, you gotta be louder.
I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. Let me turn
Project.
myself up a little bit.
Put it in your mouth.
Is that better?
yeah, it's a little better. Yeah.
Swallow it.
Okay.
There you go.
I can get up on it if you need me to.
That was it's actually much better.
Get up on
Yeah.
it. Get up on it.
So she is like kind of frantically looking through papers, and she's like, "Okay, just fill this paper out, and I'll go talk to my manager." She's like 14. She was not, or whatever the equivalent of like a tween is that works at this place.
You mean a young adult?
Yeah, like
Probably
a young
the only
adult.
person- only person.
Yes, like a young adult. Go ahead.
Nope.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Situation.
So before we get letters, the young adult novel series, which is called what?
I think it was Mind Wars.
It was like Mind Wars or Mind Benders. Pax Duro is a huge fan of the young adult novel series Mind Wars about the Lashunta societies.
Starring two Lashuntan refugees named Mass and Hara, who fight against the Mind Envoys who want to stop all the Lashunta from using their telepathic abilities, because God Secretary Winters deemed that to be too dangerous. But the Free Minders, a sect of Lashuntan society that wants to use their powers, fights against this oppressive regime.
Right. And this is a young adult novel series that Pax has read, but thinks it is entirely true.
100%.
So she says, okay, I'll take this information and I'll go to my manager. And she goes and she leaves you guys there for a couple minutes. And you guys are just kind of standing there. The people that were behind you, she gets out and she kind of pushes them to another line. A few minutes goes by and you guys haven't done anything. You're just standing there. And like a long time goes by, probably about a half hour of you guys just standing there wondering. You already have your tickets.
Maybe
I'm
this is
gone.
our first test. We should just go in.
It's not a test. But I am leaving.
Yeah. You guys, as you go to walk through the door, the entrance, you are stopped by an old and battle-hardened Lashunta, who puts his hand in front of your chest as you go to walk in the door. And he says, are you the guys that wanted to have a, what did you call it? A cultural
exchange.
I'm not.
Okay. All right.
I don't know these two.
Listen, the Battle Yards is a very it's a show. It's not like it's an academy. I mean, it's an academy. But everything you see here is not interactable. It's all it's demonstrations of form and it's showing off skill. It's not something that you can come in and really be a part of unless you enroll in the school.
Right, like I noticed that it's multiple, I guess, universities practicing. I'm thinking of the All Valley Karate tournament from Cobra Kai.
No,
They're all
good. I know that's good. Yeah. So that's what he says. He says these are actually all of these are the the rec kids. These are the extracurricular martial arts activities that we teach at the colleges that come here on the weekend to put on a show. I mean, they're all very skilled, but they're not. This isn't like a coliseum.
I was hoping to run into somebody who teaches these children so we could pass on some of the information that we've collected through our battles. If not, maybe none of them have had the opportunity to fight a Veska before, and that could be quite an opportunity.
I'm gonna have to not the second one. We're not gonna do the second one. But I don't know, like what kind of thing did you fight?
Well, we fought some drift aliens that many people have not seen or
and it's
survived.
like you see like the color kind of run from his face, and he goes, "What the fuck is a drift alien?"
So I start going to Roger goes into a very clinical, like antiseptic description of those wraiths.
Mm-hmm.
And Pax just keeps chiming in with like the viscera and blood or like ectoplasm that might have spurted off of them.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of rubbing my eyes, frustrated that this is every conversation we've ever had with anyone.
So the Lashunta says, "All right, I'm gonna give you 2 of what you want. 1, if you want to fight a guy, we can fight. I have a little bit of time later, actually very soon. I'm supposed to be putting on a demonstration. If you think that you can put on a show, I would love to have you.
If I can help teach some youngers how to fight and defend themselves, it would be worth my time. But I won't do it. I don't want to make you look weak in front of your students.
Well, see,
So
that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not saying take a dive. I don't mean that. But what I'm saying is how to fight somebody bigger than you. You know? I mean, I know how to do it. I don't know if I'll actually be able to do it because you might be super fucking strong. But at the same time, it's still a good demonstration. Also, if I lose, well, we're not really going to lose because we're not really going to fight. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, as a demonstration, I totally understand. And don't worry, I will sell the shit out of you.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, like, you know, but...
Baxter, oh good brother.
But what I'm saying, just don't break kayfabe, you know what I mean? So, the other thing is, and he goes, and then when we're done, and he reaches inside, and you see him like pull out a bunch of different like paper business cards, like an old fucking man, and he hands you one, and he says, this is a guy that I served with for a long time. He's really interested in killing things. So you guys might have a lot to talk about. But if you guys are ready to go now, we can go now.
If we have time, guys, do we have time? Can I please do this?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we've wasted so much time already. What is another several hours on whatever this is?
I slap my my like wrist thingy that has my free little spell thingy in it, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
In a candy shop, I am running into this place with this guy.
So you guys are kind of brought back into the locker room, which is it looks very much like every pro wrestling locker room you've ever seen. It's that weird like light blue, almost gray, but it's actually white color. You're running in between all of the different like very tight hallways. You're passing a lot of different events, and eventually he leads you to a large locker room where the 4 of you can sit down and sort of plan something out. Once you get in there, he starts moving things around, and he starts making space, and he goes, okay, we have 20 minutes until the show starts. I was going to do a show about general self-defense and how to disarm people with weapons, but I think this is going to be better. What we're going to do is we're going to practice how to fight somebody bigger than you and use their weight against them.
Okay.
So, Pax, why don't you make a don't you have a profession? Your profession
I
check?
do. It's called self-defense teacher.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Which is it's like I know what I'm doing. So go ahead and make a profession check.
All right.
Okay. That's fine because it's not. This is just practice.
Yeah.
He gets a plus 13.
He's a better teacher than I am. Good for him.
Well, yeah, this is his thing. He's also like much older than you.
Yeah.
So what do you get? You get a plus 7, and he gets a plus 13. All right, so he gets a 24. So you guys go back and forth, and it's funny because even though you're not trying to hit him, you are just kind of sparring against each other. You're trying to self-defense the other one, and he clearly wins. Like you try to grab him and just hold him, and he is able to slip out of it. He's able to like feint in a way that makes you move, and then you're already moving. So when he moves, you can't stop yourself. He does a lot of neat tricks that, like, obviously, but you can't really fight against because of how much larger you are than him. How about he says, all right. You guys, I think this is going to go really well. So here's what I need. I need one of you guys to kind of dictate what's going to happen while we do it. And he points to Horatio, and he goes, I think you're going to do that. You just tell them you just tell them what we're doing. And then I need another guy to, I don't know, make it look cool.
Well,
What?
I think the most if you're using this exercise to show everybody the best way to confront an aggressor that is significantly larger than you, then you have to show them. And Raj just keeps going on and on and on about physics, applied physics, and leverage.
Perfect. That's exactly
Like, having no concept of showmanship.
Yeah. So he goes, that's perfect. And he turns to Zib and he goes, all right, so what I need you to do is I need you to go out first. And I need you to intro us. And then say what he said. And then we're going to put on a show. Okay?
Great. Yeah, alright.
Hey, Zib, don't you think of all these university students out here, at least some of them would be followers of yours? Check the
Yeah.
metrics of the people that engage with your content.
You and your good points about content.
It's just that little thing that looks like a bunch of vertical bars. That's your analytics for on your social media thing. That shows you how many people are engaging with your posts.
So let's do this little show and then move on.
Hell yeah.
Zib, why don't you make a diplomacy check?
Yay! I'm not even. Fuck all my skills. I don't want to do it good even. Oh shit! I clicked it twice. My bad.
And you did. I
And
mean,
you got a 30. You got a natural 20. I don't want to do good.
So
And
I
then,
think
you're like, oh, pyro. Oh, I happen to have my gold LeMay cape with me.
yeah. And Zib's like, man, I didn't want to like really put it on today. And like Zib leans up against like a locker, and it pops open, and there's just like an amazingly tailored metallic luchador suit.
This whole thing.
For it's weird. It's just like it's exactly for a bug of your size.
Damn.
Uh,
All right.
Zip throws it on and goes out and makes the biggest presentation for a self-defense workshop that you have ever heard. Probably
He
the
did
first thing
an
that...
A.
Yeah, Zip steps out and just starts shooting.
I've been watching a lot of 30 Rock, and all I think it was like one, like, they need Jenna to do something. She's like, oh, I couldn't possibly. And then all of a sudden she has a microphone in her hand. It's like singing.
Yeah, so Zip, how do you introduce the two contestants? One of them would be Paxturo, and the other one would be
Yeah, what's his name?
Major Sergeant. Major Sergeant.
Let's go to the old Lashunta name generator.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's figure it out. There's a Lashunta name generator. Let's get Lashunta names. Defari,
No.
Daryl, Shofus, Toviel, Nemiel.
Daryl Shofus.
Daryl
Did that guy
Shofus.
go to jail?
Yeah, Daryl Shofus. We've decided, Mike. Logan.
Okay.
Major Daryl Shofus.
Yeah, so Zip, if you could introduce Starfinder Paxturo and Major Sergeant Daryl Shofus.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and hosts of all ages, are you ready to learn some self-defense? Hailing all the way from Vesk, looks at hand. 3?
Just 2 thumbs up.
We have our guest, Professor? Sure, alright. Paxadura! And fan favorite hometown hero, the Lashuntan loose cannon, General Daryl Shofus.
Like as you say Daryl Shofus' name, he's a major sergeant. Everybody's like confusingly clapping. They're like, did he get?
I forgot.
And they're
what
like
you said.
pointing. They're like, it says it
My
right
audio's
there.
Fucked up.
So the two of you come out and you do a couple of starting, like you do you lock up and you do your stuff. So we're gonna make
What is a major sergeant?
Hell yeah, dude. There's like a picture of an old Lashunta also.
yeah.
Out of curiosity, can I roll intimidation to generate some heat?
Shh, fucking sure. I don't care.
Let's put him over.
This is your show.
I'm not doing well.
So I'm gonna. But here's the thing: is I'm going to rule that as extremely intimidating. Instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up. Everybody in the room now thinks that the Vesk War is back on.
Oh, yeah.
Like you are
The optics of this is
fucking
actually
scary.
pretty bad.
Like you see people kind of start to fucking like, what the fuck is about to happen? So why don't you make the crowd gets like very silent, and Horatio, you walk out and you're gonna act as the referee.
Okay.
So why don't Pax and the guy are gonna make competing self-defense teacher checks?
You see in the chat, Logan, I typed in old Lashunta and I found a guy especially because Capricious or Pernicious said Terry Funk. I think this guy could kind of look like the Funkster.
Yeah, this guy works. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot that everybody could see my screen when I do this. Guys. Major Sergeant Daryl. And then we'll just go back here. We'll go here. And caps lock keeps going on. Come on. There we go. For some reason, it won't load for some reason. Fuck.
Aw.
Alright, well, hopefully it'll fix itself. So yeah, Pax and the guy are gonna make, so Pax, make a, self-defense check.
17.
So Pax comes at him with a mean 17, and, the performance kind of turns into like a bullfighting, game, as...
It's every Spider-Man video game where you have to fight the rhino.
He kind of dips underneath you and slides, like, he kind of goes like this and slides between your legs as you snarl and try to bite at him, and the crowd like goes like, whoa, and it sounds very, very, very cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 4 more, and best of 5 is gonna, and it will determine the winner. So go ahead, go again.
Another 17, staying consistent.
Oh, okay. So he gets behind you and he tries to jump up onto your back to put you in like a headlock, but you're just too big. He gets up there and he gets his hand on your shoulder, and you just elbow him. Not in an elbow him to hurt him, but in a shove him off, and he's back on the ground, and now you guys are facing each other once again. Go ahead and make a check.
Another 17.
Hey man, everything okay over there?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you go to grab him, and he tries to block your hand from grabbing him on the shoulder, and he just misses. He can't push your hand out of the way. So you've now got him with both hands on his shoulders, ready to pick him up.
Pick him up.
Pick him up. So that's 3 of 5, and it's 2-1. So go ahead.
12. Yeah, he
30.
can't possibly lose that one.
So you try to pick him up, and he manages to wriggle and break out from your grasp, just by hitting you in the exact spot that you would need to be hit for your arms to buckle and let go of him. So now you're standing like this, he's standing like this, and this is going to be the last check to see who actually gets the pin.
Hell yeah. I'm just gonna. Oh, can I just throw it? Because I wanted to put him over anyways.
Yeah.
Let me just throw it. So this is just me selling him, making him look badass.
Make the check. I'm gonna let you
12.
throw it, but we're gonna do the check anyway. Jesus. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, why don't you tell me how you let him pin you?
So if I'm up like this, I'm just gonna wait a second longer than I have to while he just goes for like a single leg takedown, totally throws me down, puts me in like some sort of a submission hold on my foot, and I lose my mind. Pax just loses his mind trying to tap out.
Yeah, perfection, absolute perfection.
Wild histrionic waves with my arms and jumping up and down around them.
The crowd absolutely loses their mind, and in a very Final Fantasy IX situation, they're all gonna throw credits at you. I'm gonna roll 5d100, and that's how many credits. 3, like, between, like, of all the people in the crowd, they all throw 333 credits at you.
Right?
Hell yeah.
Just, but, like, it's all in, like, little, like, dollar bills and little sticks.
I'll take that. That's awesome.
And they all lose their fucking mind, and as
so
you
we
guys
all get 111. We all get 111 credits. We split it down.
Yeah, we all get 111. That was a team effort.
I raise Major Sergeant. I forgot his name and I named him. Daryl Shofus. I raised Major Sergeant Daryl Shofus's arm and like triumph, and like point to him. So,
Zim, make another diplomacy check.
We assume Daryl, makes a living wage. He doesn't need to get any of the.
we just made him look like a million.
Oh, well,
credits.
yeah, it was actually 444 credits, but
Okay,
Daryl took a cut. Yeah, so Zib, you spectacularly pull the curtains down on the show. You put him over. Everybody praises Major Sergeant Daryl Trophis, and that activity is done for the day. That little sideshow at the Ren Fair is done.
Wow.
Best wrestling, and you guys made $333.
Can you believe that us put a wrestling episode into our?
Couldn't
be
what are the
us.
odds? What are the odds?
That the East Coast worst professional wrestlers.
Good job, guys. So you're back in the locker room with Major Sergeant, and everybody's all sweaty, and you're like got the towels over your shoulder, and you're just like, that was great, yeah, that was great. You're like high fiving.
I give
he had already given you the contact information for his friend that likes to kill things. And you guys all trade. You get each other's numbers and your Facebooks, and then you're. I would not say they're moist, and they're not children. There's a reason I turned that sound effect off.
Because they're young adults.
Yeah, they're young adults, and also no sound effects during Starfinder. Sound effects are only on during video games. So you guys also have the contact information for this sort of like big game hunter that he is friends with.
Oh shit. Craven?
What?
Yeah,
Never mind.
Hunter.
From comic book?
Boderman's.
Butterman?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, moving on.
It's very
He's a hunter. That's all you got to know.
I don't know.
You're a man's man. You don't watch kids cartoons. Like
yeah, I like young adult novels.
Yeah. No, totally understand.
Young adult novel. I do enjoy me a good young adult novel.
Who doesn't?
And the reason is because I'm 33 and my knees hurt, and I don't think I'm going to be doing anything. But those young adults, they're the ones. They're going to do it.
It's all
They're
about
gonna
inspiring
find
the next generation.
They're going to find the well of ascension.
Inspiring them with dystopian fiction. Let's go.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay, so would you guys like to go back to the main story, or would you like me to ham fist another
well, we already went shopping.
encounter?
We
I
already-
would like
we
to
already
do
walked.
a social media post while we're still at the fighting arena place.
Yeah, so we can say that you were announcing. You have 4 hands. You can announce and take selfies at the same time. So I'm gonna let you do 2, since it was such an event. So do 2 computers checks.
2 computers. 1 computers.
Yep.
2 well, all right.
Yeah, that one does it. It's hard when you're doing things, but as long as it's above a 12, it gets the Zib Beverage seal of approval.
Great. And then 2 diploma size.
Correct.
Wow! I wasted them all doing the thing.
Yeah. What's that? 29? All right, hold on. Let me add that to your thing. Come on. So your fame is now at 159.
Bam!
And we'll just say that translates to 159,000 followers.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Which is like sort of nothing.
It's sort of nothing in space. In like Twitter, That's like an insane number to think about.
Right, but imagine all of our 8 billion people had a Twitter. That's the level that we're at now. Okay.
Hey, I enjoy my niche micro celebrity.
The population of a small city knows who you are. It's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Where would you guys like to go next?
I guess like I'm interested in heading back to the offices of those two professors to see what they've gleaned translating the stuff.
Sounds good.
Okay. It was at 8:00. Okay, so let's take a 5-minute break for transit so I can pee and get more water. And then when we come back, we will figure out what the Brain Man and the Hot Doctor decided to do with the things that you worked
Hot
out.
dog? Hot doctor?
No. The hot dog TR.
Okay, yeah.
Now that's
All right.
a hot dogster.
Now that is a hot dog TR.
I'm gonna fix myself a whiskey.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Whiskey.
When you're coming from the black, you want a place that reminds you of home. You want traditional foods like our Eoxians cadaver digits, fresh fried every cycle, or tacos made the Spathany way, flavored with real asteroid sauce. With quality finding up with a syndicate, but at prices any corporate collar can afford. So after you dock, head over to the Eye. We're open all cycle, every cycle. Ready to treat you like family, hive mind, or brood clutch. Spacies, you're gonna like the food you eat from the restaurant that I own.
Hey, thanks for watching Dead Sundays. You can watch the rest of this adventure in part 2, and you can catch us live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern only on twitch.tv/Logar the Thank you, OBS, for your service towards the streaming community. Please check out and donate to the OBS Project's Patreon. OBS is a free broadcasting software that I've been using for years and wouldn't want to use anything else. Thank you to Sirenscape, who allows us to use their dynamic sound generator to provide the background music and sound effects that you're hopefully enjoying right now. Sirenscape is a wonderful program with a ton of pre-crafted and IP-specific soundscapes available for a monthly subscription to make your tabletop games sound as epic as they play. Thank you to Roll20, a web-based tabletop RPG client allowing users around the world to play tabletop games together as if they were in the same room. Roll20 is a free-to-use service, but offers a low-cost monthly subscription option for extra tools that I use because I use Roll20 all the time. And thanks to Paizo for making Starfinder, for making Pathfinder, and for supporting the United Paizo workers.